Welcome back to the campfire. Today we're going to be playing more Starcom, trying to get the rest of the way through this storyline. Which means we've got more exploration to do, and it looks like we do know where some stars are that we didn't know of before. Well, there's also these up here. Isn't this where... Yeah, that's all where we're being chased by all those other dudes at the moment. So we need to find a trade guild member so we can get a certificate or a license so that we stop being attacked. Whoa. I need to start paying attention, apparently. Not that these guys were exactly difficult to defeat, but... Alright. No, that's what I get for trying to plan what I'm doing. Right. Oh, we had just unlocked some shield tech, I believe. Or at least the ability to make shield tech. Research it, rather. Get out a radiation sphere. And slowly disable this ship. There we go. Get those radiation missiles. Alright. Alright, let's recover a little bit here. Jesus. There we go, now we can recover. Quickly repair. God, I hate those things so much. Just out of their range. It's one laser turret down. That's the other one down. Just start blasting. There we go. Alright, now I'm gonna go back and repair us and get our stuff back. Alright. Okay, we're back here. We're fully repaired. We move slightly faster because I swapped out some of our engine 1s for engine 2s. Let's try to do this survey. See if we can get anywhere. After a few uneventful descents, the winch rubs against the shaft wall, sending a rock shower down, blah blah blah. Spilling further, sends it into one shaft, then another. It's clear the stress is getting to them after making the same yo-yo joke twice. Eventually, Ensign Rhea announces that they are aborting the survey for safety reasons. Gives a delighted shriek, which is initially interpreted as relief at not having to go down any more holes, but upon returning to the surface, they are holding a sliver of neutronium. Okay. I guess we can keep doing it for other resources. Let's try one more time. Isn't any more confident. Oh, we can do it again after coming back. Got it. That one leads us to a known space, so let's head here. So, because why not? And yeah, because we can't go down there. At least we can, we just can't win whatever we're doing down there. suppose we could try to figure out if there's anything north of here. I know there should be something north there. First, let's explore what we know. And here is all about, yeah, those guys that we were struggling with. Alright. Okay, let's scan these planets. See if there's anything here. There we go. Transport lander has been transformed into a makeshift laboratory habitat. Interior walls have been crudely cut open to make room for a large device centered around a compact black sphere connected to an array of computers. As the lander only has life support for a single being, this refurbishing must have taken quite a while. The only distraction was a databank of archived texts. Judging from the biomonitor, I guess this is some sort of medical device. Let's take a look. The device is a selective neural retrainer. Using a medium-range PSI field, it enhances neural plasticity, allowing for quickly retraining skill sets while preserving experiential memories. While the design is solid, the black sphere has a small hairline fracture. Since this is clearly an integral component, Rhea thinks it would be dangerous to activate the device. It could produce harmful or even lethal effects to anyone in range. The procedure turns out to be a challenge given the sphere's unusual amnesic properties. Eventually it is resolved by having Ensign Rhea return to the lander and radio instructions to Ensign Gleese. With the device repaired, Ensign Rhea is certain it is now safe to activate. Alright, so apparently the crew skill points have been reset. Unspent points have been refunded. That's kinda alright. Get the feeling there is a purpose for that. Mostly fairly pedestrian military strategy guides, as well as a well-worn collection of epic poems, including the further adventures of Whiskamug. Let's just redo all this to where we were at the time. Though tactics really hasn't been all that necessary. Alright, so it's 6 and 36, so we can do 6 more. Yes, I'm pretty sure. Yes. Yep. Uh-huh. I'm definitely sure. This leaves our skill points far more balanced. We don't have to worry about who's doing what. Alright. And then we can come back here to redo it, if we need to, I guess. Kind of cool. At least there's a way to fix your skill points if you screw them up somehow, or, you know, do something that doesn't work out the way you want it to. Or if you suddenly need more points in something. Small meteorite, blah blah, +9 uranium. Okay. It's another one of those. We got the achievement for 100 anomalies scanned or investigated. Let's do this anomaly. And I get the feeling that for the neural retrainer there was a mission that would have gone with that. A very small colony thrives above the sole aquifer on this otherwise arid planet, tapped by an open well creating a lush oasis. For its size, the colony has some impressive defenses. Full battery of very old but functional plasma cannons tracks the survey lander as it descends. Despite the weaponry, the colonists are friendly enough. After some pleasantries, they explain their robust security. According to legend, an adventurer named Whiskamug, I don't know about the Whiskamug part, but the weapons look to be from the late Imperial period. Ultra-high precision manufacture, but designed to be maintainable in a practical setting. adventurer named Whiskamug staggered here after defeating 100 legions of space pirates nearby. Weak and confused, he was given shelter and water until he could recover. In gratitude, he gave the colony some advanced weapon systems. I mean, supposedly he does do that. Alright, guess let's go exploring some more. We really haven't done much to the north yet. Could go from here and then straight over. You know what? Yeah. Let's head here first and we'll just fly ourselves straight over and see what we find. Until then... Alright, so now we're up here in the north. We're gonna start flying straight east and try to uncover stuff. See what we can find. Don't know. I get the feeling that what we're looking for, or our next big thing, is going to be over here. But without, you know, finding a trade Federation guy, we can't get over there. Without having to fight off the entire Legion. Which we could probably do. Maybe. I don't know. Seems like a really rough, why is it down to RNG? Because we haven't found the trade guys yet. Anywhere else. We just hit a sudden drop in void effect. Like we flew into molasses. And it's dropping still this way. And... so we should be coming up to something here. We have to go north further? Yep. Ah, there it is. It just showed up on our scanner. Or radar. What is this? Its gravity waves have been tuned to maximize dampening of the void effect, although why is unclear. What is it? Maybe it's navigational control to keep ships from colliding? Or it's intended to slow ships down to trap them like a spider web. Well, 3 new neutronium. Let's see. Missions. Nothing? Void disruptor. Okay. So nothing, no information on it yet, but we do have it happened. Interesting. Well, and I get the feel, alright. With the trade alliance thing, I get the feeling we're gonna have to, like, go through here, but try to avoid the Legion until we find the trade guild to purchase the, or to get permission to land on places. I screwed up by pissing them off. I'm thinking that that's the case. Something beginning with S. Space? Okay. Is it space? It is space. You know, don't know what else I expected there. Well, we did find a solar system while we were out here. So, not an entire loss. And we did find that void disruptor. So 2 things. Wasn't an entire waste to come out all this way. Alright, let's just scan these planets real quick. Oh, there's something here. Silvery. These may be natural phenomenon. Compressed helium may have expanded within a deep layer of aluminum in fluid phase, creating bubbles that arose through the atmosphere and expanded. Silvery blobs in the atmosphere, or silvery balls bob in the clouds like buoys. After capturing one with a microtractor, Ensign Gleese is surprised to discover no advanced technology, or technology of any kind. The spheres are thin films of aluminum, less than a centimeter in thickness, filled with helium like balloons. It's kind of cool. See, that's one of the more fascinating things, and I just love seeing them. It has no bearing on the story, no importance whatsoever, but it's still fascinating. Oh, well, we can trade with these guys. Anything useful here? No. And all their trade prices are rather crap, too. Let's just exit. End communications. Let me scan the planet. There we go. And what's here? Nothing. I love that the diplomacy with the Brogadar was basically destroy all their stuff until they finally said, okay, we're done bothering you and harassing you. Kind of makes sense for a mercenary race. Anything? Nothing here. There is a warp gate. But we still just need to come down here. Yes, it is now officially faster to go the long way. Well, there is a flinger in the route. We just got to avoid those guys until we get out of here. Alright. Because, yeah, I'm just gonna fly what I assume is deeper in here until... And there is a flinger there. Why don't we just go to the flinger and try to get through this. Just got to avoid the Second Legion until we get approval to be here. Come on, stop slowing down. No need for that. Alright. Okay, we're in the new sector here, and here's the guild trader. Greetings, alien being. I am a master of the Imperial Trade Guild. Whom do you represent? I am Commander Ganymede of Starcom. We are peaceful explorers seeking information and trade. The guild requires craft not associated with a member state to purchase a transponder code to conduct commerce in this region. The price is... yeah, why not? Alright. We have many questions. Let's get information on the Devout, an evolution of a religious movement that began during the late Empire period who believed the Remnant were divine entities who would reveal a secret paradise. This new, more aggressive sect wishes to take a more proactive approach to revealing the paradise, as much as they have begun aggressively seeking out particular artifacts related to the Remnant jewels. In recent years, they have become more aggressive with their outreach. To curtail their conversion of our trade regions, we have been forced to charge increasingly dearly for transit codes. Why do you have to sell them at all? It is demanded by our charter. We must sell access to our trade region to any faction that has not instigated hostilities against another guild member. The Devout may be wrong in their beliefs, but they are not fools. Okay. Indeed, for a long time, but our charter has no clause to be revoked except by the Imperial Council. Since the fall, we have been forced to restrict our area of operations to a region where we can operate safely. And let's see what the Emir. The Emir were formerly the regional enforcers of the Empire. Since its fall, they have divided into mercenary factions. The Emir is in our employ, were formerly of the Second Imperial Legion. For security purposes, we cannot divulge details on their contract. Other Emir factions can be found in the employ of those with lesser means. With respect, their capabilities are somewhat less formidable. Fair enough. It is our primary purpose. Our charter grants us an exclusive right to buy artifacts as well, if you have any you no longer have use for. So we can sell like all these for iridium, but we don't really need an excessive amount of iridium. Didn't even hurt us to really sell what we had. But we do need some of these things, I think. So what do we have to sell? I mean, are these okay to sell? We do have the research already unlocked. Yeah, we've already got that research unlocked. Don't really want to sell things that we might still need in the long run. So I'm not going to sell anything that has to do with like missions and whatnot. Okay. Well, we already did these missions, so we can sell the chests easily enough. Okay. We will need that, I'm pretty sure, because the brass items have dealt with other things. Burst transmitter. Alright, so that works for us. Oh, we don't need those. Let's see here. Wow. We have to sell a lot to get. Okay. Any yttrium from them. Or iridium from them. And really don't want to sell too many of those. Wow, okay, yeah, let's not sell all of our aluminum here. Let's keep around 1,000. Alright. Let's sell these. And then, alright, so we can probably get that. In communications. Let's look at the remnant skull. It appears to be a scan of a presumably old document that transcribes a mathematical proof consistent with what we know of remnant language. Okay. And then, apparently indestructible, can articulate with a range of motion. Alright, so we've got those, and we are now no longer enemies with that second legion, so we can move around and scan over here with impunity again. Alright, so we've got... Let's start scanning some planets, see if we can find anything. Another world of the Fallen Empire, there are no obvious signs of conflict. Something relaxing about exploring these ruins. I feel like I'm walking through Tom Cole's Course of Empire. Just miles of dusty corridors and chambers. Okay. Did he teach Xeno at the academy? I think I took that course my first year. Great question. And let's see here. Part of a dreadnought has thawed out of the ice due to fluctuations in this planet's orbit. Signs point to it having been critically damaged in some battle centuries ago. Most of the valuable resources were salvaged soon after. The lander's penetrating radar shows some valuable neutronium that was missed. Looks like there may be additional fragments buried in the ice field nearby. Based on Kepler's observation, the team melts through several dozen meters of ice to where additional scraps are uncovered. More titanium. I'm not going to complain about that. Alright, so we can head back to that sector, finish scanning it, or system, and then we can go onward. So if I had just not been impatient or dumb, we would have been finding more stuff and getting more information a lot sooner. Moderate-sized colony is nestled around a crater lagoon. Given the ratio of landing pads to permanent structures, it is probably a trade-driven economy. After a guild compliance officer verifies the Intrepid's guild codes, the team is permitted to visit the administrative offices or trade in the public market. Let's visit. An amphibian introduced as the local administrator provides the team a direct comm feed to the Intrepid. I am delighted to answer any questions you might have. Bring more. Like many, we are the survivors of the fallen empire. Over 128 years ago, a Nimian merchant built a supply outpost in this lagoon. Since then, this has grown into the most successful trade operation within 16 sectors. We would like to be more self-sufficient in food production, but the imperial flora makes that difficult. This used to be a popular spot in the empire, so naturally it was carefully cultivated. Anything we try to grow here can't possibly compete with the imperial engineered flora, which is beautiful, hardy, and useless. Traders know this and charge us exorbitantly for food supplies, and if subsequently our merchants must raise their prices. We already have trouble competing with other guild members. Several sectors where the Emir have operated previously have been converted by the devout, who provide their own security services. Second Legion have lost several lucrative contracts. I have heard rumors that the devout now have a few Emir converts. Embarrassing for them, if true. Not that I object to the devout, I am not a believer myself, but have no prejudices. Administrator probably does not object to the devout, but is concerned about repercussions from them. No more questions, let's go to the public trade, see what we got here. I mean, we do have some favorable prices, though their buy price is exorbitant on almost everything. And they trade in platinum. Alright. Let's return to the ship for now. Maybe we can fix their food issue later down the line. Nature is generally very good at finding paths to extract potential energy. I'll bet somewhere a life form has figured out how to process imperial flora. If we found some, we might be able to help the aquarium colony. Which is what I just guessed. But, see, I'm not that dumb, I'm just, I don't know. I'm not the smartest cookie. But, I'm not completely stupid. At least I don't think so. I could be, though. Yeah. Alright, we're coming into the new system here. That flinger's gonna fling us to, which doesn't appear to have a whole lot. 2 planets and another flinger, and then there's another system very close by. Technically a binary system, or as close to one as this game gets. Maybe? I suppose I don't actually know that answer. And that's a CTXA hauler. And alright, there we go. It's another iridium magma displacement. Excavate. And we got 5 iridium. Okay. Let's get Second Legion. There's something here. Dispatch device. Students have memorized the question mark. The dispatch contains a brilliantly insightful theory regarding how to approximate remnant warp geometry using simple hypermanifolds. Demonstrated measurably. Alright. Let's go and scan. And there's another heretic warp gate along with a regular warp gate. No anomaly. Let's go to the other planet and let's activate this warp gate while we're here. And Second Legion. Scan the planet. Oh, we can deploy something here. Two familiar sites sit in juxtaposition, a crafted stone pyramid and a massive sterile structure of the fallen empire looming over it. Despite the large technological disparities, there are some architectural similarities. The empire buildings are, as always, cavernous, dusty, and empty, although the sheer scale makes an exhaustive search impractical. While the pyramids are more primitive than the empire structures, their architectural genealogy suggests they were influenced by the fallen empire rather than vice versa. The pyramid is slightly less empty. Its chambers are mostly bare with some scattered debris indicating either a hasty departure or perhaps a post-departure looting. One hall has some machines apparently ripped from the wall to strip away wiring. Observes that the equipment uses small electromagnetic relays that are likely repairable with 2 units of copper. Well, let's try repairing it. Computers are interesting. Composed of small electromagnetic relays, they have minuscule fraction of the computing power in a single crew member's survival suit, but they clearly were manufactured with technology ahead of Starcom's. Once powered up, they begin transmitting a seemingly random sequence of numbers to the external antenna. Field sensors just detected an energy flux in this sector. Okay. So what might be going on? That leads me to believe that there's something that's going to happen due to that. Or, oh, the heretic gate is now active. Okay. Similar to the one encountered, except instead of an external remote access, it has a makeshift antenna. Yep, that was due to that. Got it. So where did this take us? All the way over? Alright. Brought us to here. Which... okay. We can start looking around. See what we find. Structures detected from orbit are an array of well-maintained moisture collection pylons supplying a very small colony. As the lander approaches, several of the insectoid inhabitants excitedly rush out to greet the team. They relay that their collection pylons have been collecting less and less water recently. If they cannot find the problem, their solution will become dire. Gleese thinks they might be able to find the problem, although there is a small risk that they might damage the pylons. Oh, alright. We failed badly, got it. Smooth, unfamiliar creature, you are in Kiernan space, explain your presence. Peaceful explorers, we have recently learned from our agents that arrivals the Nimian may have sent a spy into our territory to probe perhaps the timing of your arrival. No spy would readily admit the fact. Unlike the Nimian, we do not attack without good reason. If you give us no cause to believe you are spies, we shall treat you peacefully. Of course, the academics turned inquisitors of the Empire were the first cracks in the foundations. They have attempted to make converts among us, but our mind is too strong for their superstitions. Species must have only just reached the stars recently, not to know this common history. Be careful not to display your ignorance too openly. Interested in knowing more about the remnants? Who are you that your culture does not have many stories about them? They are the remaining artifacts of the great empire. Now the empire is gone and her vassals jealously protect their gateways and other artifacts of power. For eons, the empire kept peace within the civilized regions. Their technologies were like sorcery to the young worlds. Then the empire fell, for reasons that are as mysterious as their artifacts. Now its former vassals fight over the remains. Okay, well, as long as we don't... hi. I think that was the information on why they hate the Nimians. Most cultures either flourish or collapse quickly after alien contact. The fact that this one did not gives a unique insight into xenocultural permanence. The planet is pockmarked with ruins of a pre-industrial civilization that appears to have died out due to natural changes in their sun's energy output. What is interesting is that the culture shows signs of regular alien contact and even trade, but did not progress beyond a late Bronze Age equivalent. Most surviving textual fragments tell a typical history mixed with folk tales. Ensign Triton notes one interesting example. The gods dropped their swords and left their chariots and headed at once for the sunken islands. When a caravan of merchants came upon these, they were astounded by what they found. To the tribes they went upon the chariots and told them, "Look, we are gods, fear and worship us." The tribes knew only gods could wield those weapons. Their new gods spoiled their worshippers and rained fire on the doubters. The god emperors ruled for an eon until they had forgotten they were not gods. The language uses markers reserved for external actors. This may be their interpretation of events relayed to them by an alien race. Interesting. And let's move around and see what else we can find here. Primordial P1. Alright, so we got a bunch of copper out of that. Nothing here. And, I mean, there's a whole lot out here to explore at the moment. So we got that going for us. Alright. It shouldn't take us very long to get to this system. There's 3 planets here to look at. Here we are. Nothing here. There's... yeah, we'll just circle around to the other one. The desert, nothing. I mean, I know there's no guarantees of anything at any of these planets. Uh-oh. Hey, there's a nice comet. Elite Interceptor, Elite Destroyer. Who are these guys? Okay, these are devout. I'm just gonna... oh. Oh, that was bad. What is going on here, police? Significant damage to disparate systems. The timing is not ideal. Good thing we had the battle stations available. I'm in the dark too here. Doing a full check on the systems, but analysis programming is doggy. Alright. That was not ideal. I will agree. Alright. Well, the Brogadar are here. Not necessarily a good or a bad thing. Alright. Get that taken care of partially. Fighter weapons. Alright. Oops. Did not mean to hit the Brogadar. Looks like they did not take offense to it at least, so we got that. this guy going. Come on. Destroy the laser. There. Laser's gone. We don't have to worry about that no more. Alright. Not ideal. Let's get closer. See if we can deal with this guy now. Out of range of his laser for a moment. Let's see if we can hit him from here. Ah. Radiation crap. There we go. Well, victory is ours. Though why we had to keep dealing with that is a different question. Alright. Designed for a small maneuverable craft fighter and log. Comet's brilliant color comes from unusual amounts of aluminum oxide from the star's early accretion disk. Alright, well, that's kind of cool. Back to scanning the planet, and hopefully we'll figure out what's going on with that. The 3 comets we've seen has allowed me to further refine my model for stellar evolution in this universe. It's close to our own, but with subtle differences, particularly during the inflationary epoch, I think. This fallen empire structure appears to be an arcology spanning several thousand acres, above and below ground. As elsewhere, it is a labyrinth of empty, dust-filled corridors. Ensign Kepler, however, notes the dust near one entrance has recently been disturbed. Following the trail from these marks in the dust paths, it looks like someone recently came in and removed the only physical objects that remained within the entirety of these fallen Empire cities. Several oddly shaped, immaculate patches amidst the trails, or a gang of robot vacuums just escaped. Ha. Ha 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 ha. Fair. Alright, let's get out of here. Based on evidence we've seen, I'm not convinced that these buildings were very dynamic, capable of adjusting not only their contents, but layout according to their inhabitants' wishes. I'm convinced that these buildings were very dynamic. Got it. Gotta use actual English there. I will figure out the English language one day. Let's get... How did we miss that planet? We came in right on top of it. Their way. No, we didn't. We came in through... yeah. Alright. Scan. Since we're here. Bounce. Alright, that's another 2 solar systems. And let's start scanning these planets. Nothing here. It's a CTXA hauler, but it doesn't use the flingers. Weird. Alright. No anomaly. That's another Kiernan. It's a bunch of Kiernan stuff. Got it. Well, 3. 4, 5. The scanner indicates multiple anomalies scattered widely over the planet's surface. The team picks one and lands in a nearby open field. The reading is indistinct, and there's nothing obviously unusual. Several team members reported a vague sense of unease and anxiety. Lead the search. Analysis of the ley lines shows that they are the result of a low-frequency EM field that produces a wide sympathetic resonance in a wide range of a nervous system. Why remains a mystery. Just as they are about to Abort, Ensign Kepler makes an interesting comment. There are slight variations in the background EM radiation. These variations would be dismissed as statistical noise, except they seem to correspond to invisible lines on the planet's surface, which they jokingly call ley lines. Interesting. Wonder if there would have been anything else to note about that beyond... I mean, maybe? And nothing here. Let's go to the next system. Alright, looks like there's a station here along with some planets. Nothing on this one. I'm guessing this is a Kiernan outpost? Yeah. Nothing to talk about, I guess, and no trading with them. New wormhole gateway. We'll scan these planets and then head back to the station to look at what we can do. So I think we got the fighter research. Very old stone temple rises out of the jungle mists. Triton reports that a pre-iron civilization flourished here for several millennia but died out, probably a few centuries ago. Scans show, despite myths to the contrary, ancient civilizations almost never actually booby-trapped their relics. Scans show the temple is mostly solid rock, but with a large interior. Large interior chamber behind a small antechamber which is sealed with thick stone slabs. Scans also show voids around the chamber that may contain some mechanisms. After some careful analysis of the penetrating radar, use a seismic shockwave to pre-trigger any possible traps, but nothing happens. When the team opens the antechamber, they discover that it in fact was protected by an ingenious system of spring-driven spears. Despite the cleverness of the trap's designers, they could not outwit time. Entropy and decay had rendered the trap harmless centuries ago. Okay, we'll need to update the Xenoarchaeology 101 textbook. On rare occasions, civilizations do booby-trap their relics. Within the final chamber, the team discovers what the builders found important enough to protect, an altar to a single, glowing crystalline shard of pure adamantine. There is no clue as to how a pre-industrial civilization on a Class M planet came to obtain such a treasure. Alright. Scanning. Nothing. Scanning. Nothing. Okay. We got 2 planets left to check out. And then back to station for us. No. Didn't think there would be. Who are... Oh, you're a CTXA hauler. Gotcha. Why did you turn to point at us? Ah, despite the lack of support by a major faction, the Intrepid has acquired a reputation as a threat to reckon with. We have further interest in your lands. What do you need? We have now lost several deep haulers on several routes. Some of these have been in guild space, such as the risks of business without the Empire to keep order. But our contract entitles us to compensation for piracy. The guild is claiming they have seen no evidence of aggression. We would like the Intrepid to investigate the region where the attacks have occurred. If you can bring evidence to the guild that these are deliberate attacks in their domain, we will split the compensation with you evenly. Alright, let's go. We'll do it. So where does that bring us? Okay. So we've got to go here. Now let's take a look at that first then. No, hold on. We got a planet. We got the planet to scan so I don't forget, and then turns out it was super important later. The upper layers of ice act as a prism, allowing us to better analyze its chemical composition. Okay. So we're going to head here, and then we'll go back to station. And... Alright. Okay, so we are here. Let's open up that wormhole gateway. Let's see what's going on. Steed of Whiskamug, CTXA, hauler. There doesn't seem to be anything there. No anomaly. Oh. What the heck is going on here? I think I figured out what's going on. Our own systems are attacking themselves. Remember that fractal ice fragment we discovered that required additional analysis? Okay. The artifact itself was harmless, but the data it contained caused our systems to run amok when they tried to analyze it. We need to get back to Seleno and take them offline for a hard reset. Alright. So they were here. Let's go outside. To Seleno? No, we'll isolate the systems, but we'll need the lab's computers. I am concerned about potentially lethal levels of condensation from Dr. Rama on the topic of information hazards. Alright, let's take a quick look around. See if we can find where that CTXA hauler was attacked. It's a great question, though. It doesn't seem like there's anything obvious around here. I'm gonna look around. Looks like we found something. Oh, this is the burst relays. It's hard to tell how old these messages are since there's no way to acknowledge receiving. These relays may be designed to just broadcast until their chiral light decays, which would be a very long time. Route 173 would not have survived this long without the sand brains leaving food and entrances barely visible to the west. This relay is malfunctioning and is designed to overwrite its receiver telemetry when a message arrives, but failed to do so. Noted the location where the message came from. Let's get the resources from it. And that gives us another mission beacon. Huh. Alright, well, let's try to find... Back to trying to find where the CTXA are being attacked at, I guess. Alright, looks like we finally found something. And on the map they're called Stalker. But they're disappearing. Found them. And now we're under attack. But that was the intent. One, 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 one. 1111111. They're just repeating a series of 16 ones, or maybe trues. The translator doesn't have much to go on. Now, ramming it was not the intent, but if it works, it works. Okay. There we go. Telemetry device. And mildly unusual variation of the standard Starship device for navigation. Telemetry data makes a pretty compelling case that these ships, whoever they are were hunting CTXA freighters. Sounds like the proof the CTXA asked for. There's another enemy ship. Stalker. Alright. Well, they're pretty easy to notice when you see all that. CTXA haulers. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them here. And they're consistently under attack, it looks like. Alright, let's take these guys out. Looks like that ship's gone now. Alright, let's talk to the CTXA guys and give them the proof. Okay, maybe we can't talk to them. Where do we go to return the proof? Maybe just not here? Whoops. I did not mean to do that, my good friend. Alright, well, let's finish scanning out this sector and then we'll... Maybe we gotta go back to where we got the mission from. Talk to them over there. Why don't I just look at the mission log? Alright, evacuations, CTXA stalkers, found clear evidence. Okay, so maybe we just gotta go talk to somebody from the trade guild? It's also a good question. Alright, let's scan the last planet and we'll head over that way. Nothing. Something here. Dry canyons, mineral deposits, let's go spelunking, and a bunch of copper. Alright. The team lands in a small clearing on the edge of a vast forest that spans much of planet's temperate region. Okay. Biosignatures are so strong and diverse it's not immediately clear what tripped the anomaly detection algorithm, but the signal is quite strong. Let's see if we can find it. Alright. They seem... pauses amid a grove of berry-covered bushes. They look identical to countless other bushes the team has passed by already. They seem quite excited by the discovery, but are uncharacteristically coy about its scientific significance. Green berries. Let's take a look. Collection of greenish blue berries found. There are actually 2 different berries in the cluster. Wonderful. I hoped that this was what was going on when I saw the sensor readings, a sort of brood parasitism of the floral kingdom. One has evolved the ability to very closely mimic the appearance, texture, and scent of any nearby seed plant. Oh good, we can at last research the berries that look like other berries tech. This gives us the ability to appeal to the fauna of any environment. Well, that's actually useful for that one place that we saw, right? Boiling copper, false gods. Where was that? Alright, we're gonna go talk to those guys first. And if we happen to run into them, the trade guild. Let's talk to these guys. Okay, so we can't sell... Or we can't give them that one research, okay. Alright. What can we get? Keep our adamantium that we have on hand. And don't really find too much of iridium or uranium. So keep those. Let's keep the trades. Then let's buy the 2 items for now. So that wasn't useful here. Got it. I was hoping it would be. Where did we get... Alright. Yeah, we gotta come down here, I think, for the... Oh, there he is. Right there. Guild trader. I have a guild-approved list of contacts. Telemetry box. The CTXA's repeated false claims have perhaps injured us to the possibility of legitimate ones. We will investigate further. Thank you for bringing this evidence to our attention. We will dispatch a guild master in a 2nd Legion division to the area. Okay. And then, yeah, like I said, we were going to go do... We need to go to the station. Let's take care of this real quick. We did have the ship shutting down on us quite a bit. We need to talk to him, get our free resources. Well, not really free, but kind of free. What was that? Telemetry device. Mildly unusual variation. Oh, that's the other one. Suction device. There we go. Portable desalination plant. Probably capable of 2,000 liters per day using reverse osmosis. Our technologies are superior, but it does have some interesting ideas. This machine can convert a variety of algae and cyanobacteria into a food bar. Scans show the bar is technically edible for humans, but would work better as an emetic? Emetic? Alright. Let's go to the research side. Let's upgrade the shield tech research. Let's also go up and do the one that requires so many frickin' points. Dreadnought hull. There we go. Now we got that taken care of. And alright, let's take a look. What else looks like... Increase the damage per unit of energy. Alright. That looks to be about what we can do. Do we... So we're missing 4 adamantine. So we just need 4 more of it. And then etherine, we need 15 more. Okay. We will take a look at that in the future. It's not going to be that one. It is... Neutronium and platinum. We don't have enough platinum yet, which understandable. We will look into it. Crew quarters, which is some platinum. Alright, we'll have to look into getting more platinum. The Althena, and that's the Gormir guy. Got it. Let's just go close up this mission that we're working on with the CTXA, see if we can find any of them around here. Oh, hi guys. How's it going? Alright, we got a CTXA hauler on scan. What? Thought that would have been taken care of because we went back to... Okay. Whatever. We'll have to just go back to Seleno, or Satano in a moment. Seleno. Guild representative has informed us that the guild has finally agreed to take this matter seriously thanks to you, the evidence you recovered. Whoops. Did not intend to hit you. Just got way too close. Alright. Alright, let's get back over here. And... Okay. Back at the station. Let's see... Is there a way to do this? Man, Dr. Rama? No? Okay, acting up. Is this ironic understatement? The Intrepid is having an anaphylactic attack from ingesting hostile data. You could have destroyed her. Also us. If I threw a vacuum flask, I could hit 3 lab assistants who know enough to add a Kolmogorov filter before adding computational resources to an analysis of unknown data. Crew is replaceable. We only have 2 ships. God, you are the worst person in the world. Why are you here? I'll supervise Gleese's hard reset of the Intrepid systems. This kind of threat was avoidable even if you haven't been following Captain Dulcin's reports. Okay. Hard reset complete. We should be safe from any further damage events. I was attached to the team at Groombridge that developed the device, so naturally I am aware of the prospect of being permanently stranded in this universe is not too distressing to me personally. There is more to life in a lifetime here, more to learn in a lifetime here than back at home. I suspect most of the crew here do not share my indifference, but since I am prohibited from informing them, I cannot conduct a proper survey. But I do have concerns about the plan. Since we don't really understand why this universe remains tethered to our own, I am less than certain we know how to untether it. And that's more than fair. Based on Dulcin's report, I think the ice fractal was an attempt to create a sort of vaccine to an informational hazard, but I can't think of a way to safely figure out the details without risking our systems again. Okay. Well, with that, I'll certainly not do that. Thank you for joining me here by the campfire. As always, if you like the video, like it. If you have questions, comments, concerns, witty remarks, passing insults, any kind of recommendation, video games, things you would like to see, let me know in the comments below. And have a wonderful day.